Hey, welcome back to That Dad Guy. This week is record breaking. Wow. We got this much mail, which is 8 registered cards from Postcrossing, 5 direct swaps, and 2 envelopes. So we got some mystery in there too. So 15 things have arrived in the mail. Haven't gotten that much ever before in 1 week. So thank you for that. We are going to get to that shortly. First, I'm going to say thank you so much for those of you who are promoting the channel, who have subscribed, hit the like button every time they watch a video, comment on every one of the videos that they watch. All of that helps the algorithm, helps promote the channel within YouTube, and helps grow the family. So as you can see from the last video, we have hit 200 subscribers. We're at 204 now, so it's still climbing a little bit every day, and that's what we want to see. So thank you for that. Also, the mailbox video of the world I'm working on, we're still getting entries coming in for that. Like 22 countries, 23 countries right now. Still looking for more. As you know, the goal is 40, and that's your personal letterboxes. So send me pictures on Instagram at Rob Lennox or to my email, which is in the description below. You can do that and make sure you add the country that it's coming from, just for clarification. And if you've done it from before and you sent in mailboxes, send in your letterboxes this time. It's going to be a different video, and so we want people that contributed last time to contribute again. And we've got lots of new people contributing, so we're going to have a bunch of new countries as well. Let's get to 40. All right, so let's get to this week. And the first one is this one here. It comes from James. He's in Michigan in the United States. He must have seen in my description on Postcrossing that I like the Beatles, so he sent me this Beatles card. And interesting then and now, just different pictures of what they have looked like through the ages. And what's he say? He loves to go on his motorcycle. He likes photography, and he likes postcrossing. So thank you, James. Here are the stamps. That's card number 1. Card number 2 is this one from Russia. So these are some stamps on a card. You can see, move them out, move them back in so you can see. And this comes from Anya. Here are the stamps she's included. Those are pretty cool looking stamps. And Anya says she has a small collection of stamps from the Soviet Union, including the ones pictured here on the postcard. And her dream is to visit Canada one day. So I hope that dream comes true. And you do get a chance to come and see Canada. Like the Soviet Union, like Russia, it is a vast country. So there's lots of different places to see and lots of different people to meet. And if you're ever here, get in touch. So thank you, Anya from Russia. The next one comes from Great Britain, and it's a J.R.R. Tolkien card from The Lord of the Rings. So once again, looked in my description, saw some things that I liked, and yes, I do like Lord of the Rings. And yes, I do like Star Wars, so she put Star Wars stamps on there. I love it. So that comes from Jane. And she has a sister and family that live in Victoria, BC, and a brother-in-law that loves Lord of the Rings and Star Wars like me. And she says she likes William Hartnell as her favorite doctor from Doctor Who. So she really went through, and she says, love to Polo. So Polo's my hedgehog. And Polo's getting lots of love this week. So you'll see that as the time goes on here. So thank you, Jane, for that. It's a great card. It's got great stamps. I appreciate that you wrote things about what's going on in your family and connections that you might have to Canada. And yeah, I appreciate that, Jane. Great card. Well thought out. The next one comes from Finland, and it's a postcrossing card. So Finnish postcrossing. It gives stats on it. Here's the stamp. Not been canceled. So this comes from Christina. So she says she's in a town of about 85,000 and surrounded by the sea and the river. They're known for their international jazz festivals and the beautiful beaches and the great cards of the postcrossing. So I really like that. I love anything that has to do with postcrossing because I don't see very much of it. We don't have postcrossing cards or stamps. So when they do get sent to me, it's extra special. So thank you. The next one also comes from Finland, and it's a hedgehog. So there's my hedgehog card. This one just arrived today, and this is from Mia, and she lives in the beautiful countryside. She loves nature. Here's the stamp. and she loves animals. So thank you, Mia, for that hedgehog card from Finland. The next one comes from Germany. And this gentleman, over the last 70 plus years, has been collecting postcards from all over the world and consists of and special cards like this one showing the hub of Oslo. I'm sure I just pronounced that wrong. Just looking at it now, it's called the Horse Market, which is in the heart of the town. So, Helmut, thank you so much for that. Here's the stamp. And then the next one also comes from Germany. Have you guys seen this one? You let me know. This is a cartoon called The Little Mole. I don't have it here. I haven't seen it before. I am going to try to look it up to see what it was all about. See if there's an English version too, or if it's just a German version. But this one comes from Alexandria, and she says she loved to see this as her childhood, and that she lives in Friesen Island. And so we're very lucky to get a postcard from her, and I feel that I am lucky. And on the back, she's got a hedgehog sticker, and there's the stamps. I kind of like that lighthouse one. That's a cool stamp. But I do like the hedgehog. Hedgehog is the theme of the week so far. And I say that because here we are in Germany, and here's another hedgehog postcard. Very different hedgehogs than the one I have. I think these are European hedgehogs versus the African hedgehog that we have as a pet. Polo, he's a lot whiter, smaller, and that's what he looks like. This is from Sven, and he lives in Ulm, which has the highest church tower in the world. Ulm's also known for its town hall with the astronomical clock, an ancient city center, and it's the birthplace of Albert Einstein. He's studying computer science. And there you got the stamp on the back and the pride flag sticker. So thank you, Sven, for the hedgehog postcard. Now, those are the registered ones. We're going to switch gears into direct swaps. This one arrived today from Alabama and from Shannon. We reached out on Instagram and swapped. So she's talking about Thanksgiving, which American Thanksgiving is coming up next Thursday. Here we are on Friday, so in just under a week's time, American Thanksgiving. Canadian Thanksgiving was in October, so we've already had our turkey meals and our family celebrations. The next holiday we're looking forward to is Christmas. But happy Thanksgiving early to my American friends out there. There are the stamps that Shannon's included, so thank you, Shannon, for that. And hopefully my card arrives to you soon. The next one comes from New York and Jessica. So this is her card to me, and the stamps, like sunflowers and butterflies. My sunflowers in the back are now long gone and have been uprooted and put away. We'll see about next year. But that makes me think of next year already. So thank you for the sunflower postcard. And now this one comes from my new friend Elsa in France. She lives in this beautiful town. Beautiful, beautiful. And she's a sheep farmer. So that's fantastic to be in such a picturesque place. And so here you can see the houses, the medieval church. And yeah, and I'll show you the stamps on the back because they're postal stamps. Aren't those great? See the mailman and the letters. Those are fun stamps. And the interesting thing about these stamps, and I didn't notice it until she told me about it after. See the denominations? They're actually francs. They're not euros. They're the old French currency stamps, so they're older stamps. So that's really cool. So thank you, Elsa, for that. The next one's going to make me hungry. Maybe it'll make you hungry too. This is from Anita in Austria. And this is a strawberry cake roll. She was telling me about this. It usually take about 20 minutes, she said, for her to make. When I think of Austria, I think of all the delicious food that they put out in the pastries, just like French pastries with their apple strudel. And so she says this is one of her favorite things to make. And she actually sent me a YouTube video on how to make it as well. So I think I'm going to look at trying to do this one day. And it talks about all the different steps there for it. I'll show you the stamps on the back too, the Austrian stamps. So that was a very nice surprise. Thank you, Anita. It makes me very hungry. I want to get strawberries and cake and cream cheese and all sorts of things and make that up. because it looks so delicious. So thank you very much for that. The next card is not really for me. It's for Polo. So it's a Hedgehog Kisses. So there you go, Hedgehog. And it says, Hedgehogs and Kisses. And these are all different types of hedgehogs. And it comes from Lewis in Abu Dhabi. Well, technically, I guess it comes from Paquita, which is Lewis's pet cat. So the cat is writing a card to Polo and not to me. Lewis says I get too many cards already, and so this card is directed to Polo. But yeah, take a look at that stamp. Well, that's massive. The card to begin with is a big card, but to have that much stamp is amazing. It reminds me of an older postcard I'd already gotten that also had a massive art stamp on it. But thank you so much, Lewis, for that. Polo says thank you to Paquita for thinking of him and sending the card off to him. So that's it for my cards. Now I've got 2 envelopes. And the first one is this one here from Jilly in England. And she's used the new Christmas stamps for it. That's great. And the hedgehog. And of course the thank you postie. We got another hedgehog down here. Message on the back. Jilly bee. So let's pop into this and see what Jill sent. And there's something good in every day is her little quote on the back. And when I get gifts from you guys, that is definitely true. So let's pull into this and see what Jilly sent. All right, so first, there's this card. That's an old postcard, but it's got the matching stamp on the back. So it's like a first day issue. And I think it was sent to someone. You can see the address has been covered up. And she said, would your dad like this? And I'm sure he would. So we're going to give that. That was the first thing Jilly sent. And then she sent me this Christmas card that can be used, blank. And here's another Christmas card, which is perfect because I don't have any Christmas cards to send out this season, being a new post-crosser. And she finds all these amazing things. She goes into charity shops or thrift stores, and she's able to find all these old cards. And she's been very generous enough to share them with me. Because the only postcards I really get are when I either buy them at the post office or at a tourist place. Or, of course, if you get a That Dad Guy postcard. Here's an airmail. This is from Paper Sisters, which is a German company that you can buy all sorts of wonderful things from with nice hard cardstock. They have great cards. So that's at, let's look here, the papersisters.de. So German, of course, DE. How about this one here? The Beverly Hills Chihuahua. So when this movie came out, this is an advertising card for that. Walt Disney. Or The Usual Suspects. Another great movie. If you haven't seen that before, round up The Usual Suspects. And then here's a Disney card. Mickey Mouse and Donald. I'm not sure why Donald is so small in comparison to Mickey, but maybe that was the cartoon and the way it is. Or maybe it's just perspective. So thank you, Jilly, for all those cards. I will make use of those. The last card, or the last envelope I got is this one here. And you can see on the back, I'm going to put the name up there, Snail Mail. And her Instagram, Postcrossing. And I've asked her to pronounce her name for me. And I think what she really wants me to do is pronounce it and get it wrong and make a fool of myself. But I'm going to do that anyways. So I think it's Skasty. I'm going to go with that, but I'm sure it's wrong. It's Skaiste. And she's from Lithuania. She's been a new recent big supporter of mine. She has really helped me with the International Mailbox Part 2. She's part of a Lithuanian post-crossing group, and she reached out to them, and they were generous enough to send in lots of pictures of mailboxes. So you're going to see in the next video that Lithuania is well represented with their mailboxes. And they had lots of other, what I would call Eastern Bloc countries. So Eastern European countries have done submissions too, because they are part of this post-crossing group. So I'm very curious to see what she sent. And I'm very happy to have her on board helping out. She has done a magnificent job of taping it. So I am going to go get scissors and I'm going to flip back here and you'll see me in a minute. Here we go. So rather than rip through this and destroy it, I wanted to cut open the top and see what we have inside. See what she's put together for me here. So first of all, we have tea. There we go, some tea for all you tea lovers out there. 2 bags of tea. Ooh, all right. This one is World Post-Crossing Day. That's really cool, 2021. So this is the postcard that was created by the Lithuanian member. And this was for World Postcard Day on 2021. That was in October. It's the map of Lithuania. And for me, this card is very beautiful. What about you? Do you like this? Also, it was my first meeting ever with the Lithuanian Postcrossers. We have very nice and fun time. Hope you'll be at one soon. But because of COVID, we can't plan for any in the future. Yeah, COVID's kind of ruining a lot of things. Beautiful cards. Take care. And she says Santa because I'm the mailman. Take care, Santa. So I actually did get a card in the mail today, that not to me, but that I was picking up as the mailman, and it was addressed to the Elf House. So that is one that was heading off to Santa. So it goes in our special delivery section. So Santa makes sure he can get that card and get a response to that child. So thank you for that. What's the next one? She's got another one here. Haha. You know what I'm gonna do on this one though? So the next card she sent was this one. I will show it, but I'm not going to get kicked off YouTube for showing the card. So thank you very much for this card. It is a lovely woman having a bath in the river. I guess that's what she's doing, being very free. So this is saying on the back, there's a stamp on it too. It's saying she's very happy to swap with me in this. We found each other on Instagram as well. She put out a postcard that I'd never seen before. I didn't know that postcards like this existed at the time. And it surprised me, shocked me a little that those were being sent out. I can see why this went in an envelope, because if this was just mailed straight as is, I wonder if postal carriers or something may have a problem delivering that. I don't know if there's censorship issues when it comes to mailing things like that. What else does we have? So this is one of my hobbies. Try it and let me know, did you like it or not? So what do we have in here? So we have there's stamps. There's post-crossing ID stickers. There's happy post-crossing. There's a border. A couple more borders, some Christmas borders in here. There's some emoji stickers. This says the 2 tea bags are for my kids. Well, my kids aren't going to drink tea, unfortunately. So they will find a new home elsewhere. Its make is very popular for Lithuanians for kids. Okay, so these, I'll look back again. Tea isn't as popular here as it is, I guess, in Europe. But this is tea marketed for children. That's good to know. I'll be curious to see what that tastes like. So I may try it out just to give it a shot. So these are all sorts of things that she's included that were related to post-crossing and making new envelope. And then she's included this thing that she's carefully wrapped up. I hate to cut into it, but in order to see what it is, I best chop the little bit of washi tape that she had here. That's over the graph paper. So this, I don't know if it's chocolate or if it's soap. You're gonna have to tell me before I bite into a bar of chocolate or a bar of soap what it is I'm looking at. I don't speak Lithuanian, so I can't read what it says. Savo, if I had to guess. When I look at French, Savo could be a short form of soap, so it could be that. But why would you send me soap? So I think it must be candy or chocolate. But I'm going to ask you on Instagram before I stick that in my mouth and make a horrible mistake. So thank you so much for that parcel. Thank you, Jilly, for the parcel you sent me as well. So many good things in the mail this week. I hope that you guys have had a successful post-crossing week, that your mailboxes were full. And if you're YouTubers and you're making videos, I look forward to watching them. And if not, and you just take pictures and put them on Instagram, I enjoy that as well. So keep up the good work out there. Stay safe. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?